Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Swole Initiative Network. I'm going to be your host tonight. Someone made the mistake of giving me the reins, so yeah. We're going to go ahead and start tonight off with some announcements. Let's start with you, Jay.
Yeah! Small only roll with Norse Foundry. Norse Foundry provide all of our metal and gemstone dice that we roll here on the channel and off, just because we roll dice as well when we're not on stream, I guess. Sometimes. I do. They also provide all of our royalty-free music that we're listening to right now. That's all available on their Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, wherever you want to stream, and they're all friendly for your own streams as well. You won't get DMCA struck. So go and check them out. There's a code in the chat. I think it's Swole, and you'll save 10% off of any orders that you want to make on there.
Woo! Also, we have another amazing sponsor, Griffin Co. All of our 3D printed and custom terrain comes directly from the incredible folks over at Griffin Co. You can use the code SWOLE22, SWOLE22, to save 22% at griffinco.com.
It's true. You can. You can also go over to Hero Forge, who is our next sponsor. Yeah, it's crazy. I know. Hero Forge, they have all of our fully custom player minis come from the awesome Hero Forge. Design yours today over at heroforge.com. You can check the link in the chat and do all the cool, fun things. They have all these new options. It's a good time. I know I have a good time. You should go have a good time at heroforge.com.
Like a good time.
Sounds like an awesome time.
A great time.
Well, we are going to be playing dierpg tonight. It's been some time since we ran our session 0, but we've had a lot of things happen in between. Yeah, I'm super excited to get started, and I think with that, roll this trailer. All right. Well, we begin our story. 6 misfits at the prestigious Emerald Heights Academy found an unlikely camaraderie in each other and bonded their friendship in a tabletop RPG campaign they played called The Jaws of Bone. You had the feared and tough goth Lucky, headphones always blaring, and probably setting a record at Emerald Heights for the most dress code violations of any student. You had the handsome star lacrosse athlete Lionel, typically seen with his flock of jocks and cheerleaders, but also holding a secret passion for musical theater. Rivaling his popularity, there was the overachiever, Little Miss Perfect, Eloise. Student body, mathematics Olympiad, show choir, science fair, the list went on. And she reveled in it all. She broke the rules only with her friends and only because she knew she'd get away with it. Her biggest competition being the more reserved and book-smart Fleming. Pressured by his drill sergeant parents, he and Eloise always found themselves pitted against each other in everything academic. But he also had a secret passion for drawing comics, which consumed most of his time. And then we had the quiet, bookish Frankie. Always kept a hefty journal by her side and wrote about pretty much everyone at school, their likes, desires, loves, along with all their failures, embarrassments too. She knew pretty much everything about everyone at school. And then we had Gavin. If you didn't know him, you might not even know he went to this school. Missing out on much of his high school youth, he spent most of his spare time working his parents' restaurant. His absence meant rumors would spread about him every so often, but we had Lucky here to catch wind and put an end to them pretty quickly. For Gavin, the quiet loner stigma made Lucky and Frankie his two closest friends, and he often found himself in the library getting tutored by Eloise, while Fleming did the same for Lionel. Once Gavin started running his game, though, it consumed them all, and that's where they spent most of their time after school. That is until, of course, graduation. 20 years later, these six friends have mostly lost touch with each other, as the messy part of growing older found life pulling them apart in different ways. Some finding success, while others never living up to the pressure or expectations put on them. Their 20-year reunion is upon them, and Gavin's reached out to everyone invited them all to play a game after the reunion. And of course, how could they say no? So we do open with Lucky. Lucky, you've arrived at the school. You've just come off of your big world tour with your band. Not even sure this was maybe the best idea to come back. You're walking through the halls. You see, actually, what is the mascot, Lucky, of Emerald Heights?
I pick. Oh God. A lion.
Hell yeah. All right. You see as you walk through the halls, a lion above an engraved in stone. Your family name is your family's donated quite a bit of money to this school. But you walk hesitantly up to the double wooden doors that are going to lead into this main hall where this reunion is happening. Assumed concerned whether or not you're going to be mobbed like you usually are while you're on tour, or if things will fall back into the way things were in high school. What would you like to do?
Lucky would kind of stand at the door for a minute. Think, do I really want to do this? And then she'll put out her cigarette that she was like smoking inside the school. She'll step on it, and then she'll shove the door open and walk through.
Amazing. Please also describe what Lucky looks like.
Lucky is like very typical like rock star. She wears leather and fishnet and tons of like cool rocker chick kind of style. that is what she does. But she plays lead guitar in her band, and she sings, and she's quite the musician as well. So it's not just like all for show.
Awesome. You throw the doors open. Several folks look in your direction. You have this concern at first. What's going to happen next? And most of them kind of just turn back to their conversations and ignore you. This is very reminiscent of high school. People saw you and were just very afraid of you. You scan the room to see if any of your friends are around. You're worried maybe you got the message wrong, that everyone was going to be here. You're not sure what's worse, being kind of ignored, or what you thought would be getting like kind of flocked by fans of your music. But in that moment, you do feel someone like come up and just hug you from behind, and it's Gavin. Lucky, holy shit! I can't believe you came. Like, I can't believe you're here.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be, and it was probably against my better judgment. But I'm here. I'm here. Come here, and she'll like give him a big hug back.
So you give him a hug, and he looks small. Like you look over kind of Gavin. He's almost smaller than you remember. He's skinnier, pale in the face. He's kind of threw together his best outfit. He's kind of smells of smoke a little bit, and a little bit of the restaurant, and just this familiar smell that you remember as a kid. But he's seeing you. He looks just elated. While this is happening, two others are entering the room from opposite sides, both hesitant to come in for different reasons. But we have Eloise and Fleming. Who would like to enter first?
I think
I'm probably hesitant. I'm like peeking in, and I'm like waiting for everybody else to enter first.
Eloise has been pacing by the entrance, like having like a mini anxiety attack, not quite ready to face the miles between how she pictured this event going back in the day and where she is now. Just kind of like going and straightening her clothes every now and then that are steamed to within, and there's not a wrinkle to be seen. The pleats in her wide-legged trousers could like cut bread. Like, she's just absolutely probably dressed very not so different than how their private school uniforms were, with like a pressed shirt and a blazer, a wide-legged trouser, just very like prim and preppy. But she's kind of wringing her hands and then decides to straightens her back and walks in decidedly with a look of like, oh, you all are here. Like, trying to put on an air a little bit, and then like kind of she'll see people and kind of like purposefully graze past their eyes like she doesn't see them, you know, that kind of but I think she'll see Fleming kind of peeking in, and that's kind of her genuine first like spark of interest, and she kind of loses all pretense and waves really excitedly.
Amazing.
So I've peeked in, and I'm just like trying to psych myself up. I'm doing what I do every year in high school at the beginning of the year, is I'm dressed to the nines and what I think is the coolest shit that's on trend. So I've got the skinniest ass jeans on, and they're like, I'm like trying to pull the crotch to try to get comfortable because I never wear skinny jeans. So like, yeah, I've got the skinniest jeans on. I've got like this fitted muscle shirt, but I have no muscles, and it's like awkward. But I think it looks cool because I saw on Instagram some of those fashion posts come across. So it's like a size too big because it's from China. You know, it's like one of those orders where like that I ordered like an XXXXXL and it came in like just slightly too big. And so I've been sitting there. I've got my giant backpack full of RPGs because I'm living for this. For 20 years, I was like, I love gaming, and I closed up my my comic book shop early just to get here and be able to look through all my books and all my PDFs that I downloaded because I'm trying to guess what game Gavin's gonna run, and I want a power game. So I'm like, I'm prepared. You know, I'm prepared. Yeah. So I walk in, trying to look really cool, like, because this is a different Fleming. So I walk in, yeah. And
First person you see is Eloise.
I just look over and I go, hey, Eloise.
Oh my god, it's been so long.
I know, I didn't know you guys would show up. You know, I closed up early thinking that I might, you know, be the first one here. You know, I was supposed to be at a rave, and like I had some other friends that were going to the club in the city, and
There are raves
girl,
here?
yeah, there's lots of raves here. Like I go to them all the time. Like,
Really rural town.
yeah, lots of raves, lots of parties.
It's so good to see you, and she'll kind of pull you into like a hug, like whether you're open to it. She'll just
Okay, all you get is
And
you have
she'll
to
do
reach pretty far to get around the gigantic backpack that I have full of RPGs.
Like a box.
she just like hugs you around the back.
You got one of those Gen Con
Yeah, the giant.
game backpacks.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, those were ridiculous. I got hit by so many of those people turning.
These actually aren't mine.
backwards.
I just grabbed them from the comic book store. You know, I'm not really into these games anymore. It's just, you know.
You've been. Oh my god, I haven't thought of. Do you remember that game we used to play?
What game?
You know, we would play every week. I'd sneak us into the teacher's lounge, and Gavin would have like the little mats and everything, and like it was so cute. You don't remember? We did it for like forever.
I remember.
Yeah. Oh, that's so
I
cool.
remember
It's so
getting
cool you're still
beat
into
every time
that.
I came home late.
At that moment, you do see Lucky and Gavin kind of like standing at a cocktail table, just like chatting. I think Lucky sees you guys and waves you over.
Look at these
He, like,
nerds.
grabs Fleming's shoulder.
Here they come.
Okay. I didn't think she would come.
I pull out my phone, and I'm like, hyping myself up to like ask for a selfie. A selfie shot with her.
Eloise will walk over like arm in arm with Fleming. She's kind of like grabbing him. Oh my god, hi!
Yeah, and Eloise, people are like, you notice some folk, like some circles, like people would kind of peek out and like try to talk to you, but you're trying to keep this air of like importance, and you're just ignoring them. And
Ab-
you both come over to the table. Frankie, you were the next to arrive. What's Frankie doing?
Yeah, you see Frankie come in, and she's dressed a little bit differently from how she used to. She got the leather jacket on, very much reminiscent of Lucky and how she used to look up to her. So kind of modeled her look after that punk look. So she comes strutting in. I don't know if you can hear this, but
Oh yeah, oh yeah, there it is.
definitely genuine leather that it's brand new, totally.
Fresh off the rack.
Fresh off the rack leather. And she's like, oh, it's really warm in here, because it is in real life. And
Whoa,
You made it
Swole
through your
Initiative
character
Network?
intro.
Is that a new band?
yeah, totally. So she still has that sort of like nerdish look about her. She's just wearing, a very like trendy, tight plaid shirt, and she's like, "Hey, dorks."
Hey, Frankie. You look
Frankie.
cool. I'm like annoyed because I tried so hard to look cool, and everybody else looks cooler to me except for Eloise.
Damn. Like,
It's timeless, okay?
academia is
A
timeless.
good trouser is timeless.
Yeah, Frankie. Some folks are, trying to butt into the conversation. It's like, oh my god, I've been reading like Feelin' Frankie, like love your blog, blah blah blah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm always feeling that way. So thanks for tuning in.
Lionel, last to arrive, standing outside the halls. What are you doing?
So Lionel's got like this like high and tight haircut, but it's like a curly kind of like styled mop on top. Sort of like a longish stubble, almost like whiskers. Still got a very broad frame. Wearing like a black sort of band t-shirt, jeans, and like some sort of like Air Jordan like mid tops with a flannel kind of tied off around his waist, and he's just got his back to the door, just kind of breathing in like, okay, we got this, and just counts 1, 2, 3, and pushes the door open and goes, "What's up, everyone? It's okay. The party can start now. I'm here."
Everyone around you just like erupts into like, oh shit, it's Lionel. Here in the background, it's like the grave digger. Woo! Like people are just fucking stoked. We're all on the opposite side of that room. I imagine Lucky just kind of rolls her eyes, just like, oh god.
I thought I was the life of the party.
Well, you always know Lionel.
I feel
Still.
really stupid because I'm in like super skinny jeans and Lionel's not.
Oh no. Oh my
buddy.
god.
I should have did flannel.
Lionel, you're kind of taken, like, people come up to you, want to talk to you. They're like, oh, how's it going, man? Haven't seen you in years.
Yeah, I'm just doing this and that. You know how it is. And like, I'll just try and like palm off from one person to the other.
Yeah.
Like,
You're-
and point off to someone else, and like just kind of social butterfly my way around, like just grabbing drinks and things, so that if someone asks me a question, I can be like drinking at the time. I'll be right back, and then keep going.
Yeah, and like a dance, just moving circle to circle, just very carefully maneuvering your way our way. You finally arrive to our table.
What's up, guys? I've got like 6 solo cups.
Are those for us or?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Just start like handing them out, put them on the table or something that we're by.
I see you're still up to the same song and dance. She kind of said.
Impressive. Yeah, I can't believe that we're like all 6 of us here. I know I reached out to you all to come to this reunion, and it just means a lot that you all actually came. It's really cool.
Wouldn't miss it.
Of course.
So, do you guys want to hang out here for much longer, or
Not
you want to
really.
like? Okay,
Fuck no.
I hate this place.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is hell.
Okay, like this all sucks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eloise, do you still happen to know how to get into that teacher's lounge?
Oh, you're not. I mean, the janitor used to keep a spare key under the trash bags in the closet. I don't know if that's changed, but we can certainly check.
Let's go check it out.
Oh, how fun!
All right. So
If that doesn't
Eloise-
work, I can just pick the lock.
hell yeah, we're getting in there no matter what.
But
Uh,
we're like adults now, so if we get caught, we can get a lot more trouble. Than...
If we get caught, I'll make a donation to the school.
If we
How's
get
that?
caught, I don't think we need to worry about it.
Fleming, I think it's really okay. We're adults, as you said. We're not gonna get expelled or something.
Yeah, it's not like Chip Horton's gonna find us again. He's
Chip!
My God, Chip!
Oh, is that man still alive?
I hope.
Surely not.
Yeah. these are the
Surprised we didn't
worst.
give him a heart attack during our time.
Eloise, you lead us out of this main reception hall. You take us to the janitor's closet.
She kind of like the door is locked, but it's one of those like round knobs where if you like click it hard, like on the third, it like comes undone, and she's like, "Ugh," just like old times. And she just opens the door and kind of like leans back and like elbows a trash bag, like kind of like leaning up against it in one move, and like.
And there you see a key, clear as day. Yeah, let's do this.
Shall we?
You see from across the like way down the hall, you can see a familiar face. You see Chip. He kind of glances at you all, but then he continues walking, goes through a door. and just leaves.
Did everyone see that, or was that a ghost?
That was Chip.
He's still here.
Chip.
He's still here.
No, he's
It's
making-
actually him, though, right? He's not like haunting this place.
He should have retired
That's a good
forever
question.
ago.
He's making more
I think
dust than he's
technically
cleaning.
always haunted this place.
Always.
There's not enough cleaner to mask that old man smell. Oh my god, and remember he always smelled like 15 packs of cigarettes, just like constantly, like left a cloud behind him. Oh my god.
Yeah, he took Lucky and I in several times to the principal's office, but Eloise, thanks to you, we usually got off.
Happy to help. So to the teacher's lounge?
Lead the way. We walk down these halls. You know, there's a lot of glass displays on the way down through this hall. There's trophies and things. You can even see an old photo of Lionel and his lacrosse team. A cup, and he's holding a cup in the picture in the middle with all of his friends that aren't you guys. But yeah, eventually you come to a wooden door. Eloise, you put the key in. Opens. Squeaks on open. Yeah, and inside you see this place looks the same. It looks almost the exact same from when you remembered it 20 years ago. This is a nice school. It's old. There's a lot of wood and old stone. So not much has changed in here. Even the same like large couch in front of like a little coffee table is still there. But there is the section that you all used to play in, which was like kind of this main dining table, this big wooden table, same wooden chairs, and yeah, you all kind of take up your seats. Gavin sits at the head of the table. It feels nostalgia isn't really the right word for it. It's just like, whoa, like this is weird. Like I feel this is weird. Lucky, you kind of see as Gavin kind of takes the main seat to this table. There's just like this kind of excitement, this familiar excitement you're seeing, like when he used to run games for you all. This kind of this the person that he kind of was when he hugged you and when you saw him just kind of skinny and pale, and you'd see these big droopy things under his eyes, like that almost kind of goes away when he begins speaking. So hey, do you all remember that thing back in the 90s? Those kids, they were playing an RPG and just disappeared. Like they were just gone. Like, for
Yeah, but
2
that was like
years. Yeah.
That was like a hoax, though, right? Like,
Oh, that's real. Like,
I mean, that's kind of what we all figured. It came along with that whole like satanic panic thing. Like, don't play tabletop game RPGs. They're gonna send your kids to hell. But yeah, for like 2 years, no one had any idea where these kids were. Then they just like turned back up, and like none of them ever talked about like what happened. It's like super weird. But guess what?
Yeah, but I mean, they probably just ran away somewhere.
Yeah.
Altogether. Shit went wrong. No one wants to talk about it when they come back, crawling back,
Maybe.
yeah, it was
You
a
know what?
cooler story than whatever they were really doing, I'm sure.
they were just cooler than us. I would have left the town for a couple years. Shoot.
Yeah, I didn't.
I
do
did leave
anything.
town.
Yeah, you did, but you're cooler than
Well,
we were.
Thanks.
Look,
Richard.
I didn't get to leave town either, but in any case, I don't think that was so. There was some truth in there. I did a lot of digging, and I have a copy of this game. And like Gavin kind of turns and like he pulls out just like this small like box. I bought it on the internet. I know. But I did a lot of research. Did a lot of research into it, and like there was some weird stuff that happened with those kids. In any case, I would love to just play a game with you all for old time's sake, if you'd like.
Yeah, that's why we're
Cool.
here.
What is it?
That one.
Right,
Let's
is it
play
like-
that one.
8th edition D&D, or is it like Pathfinder 4E, or what is it?
Fleming, I assume you're just like unpacking.
I know.
like-
I'm looking at my bag and my
Your
PDFs.
reference
I'm like,
book?
you could have just got it from my comic book store.
Yeah, sorry, man. I haven't like stopped by in a long time. Things have just been crazy with the restaurant and stuff. But this game, it's none of those. It's a new game, and let me just here. Okay, and you see, I kind of unbox this this just solid black box. There's no markings on it. And you see 6 die kind of laid out. A D4 all the way to the D20. They're stone. They look old, and I continue. Now, bear with me. It came with a small passage for me to read aloud. I'm going to hand you one of these die, and I will be giving you your character. So we don't have to go through a character creation session. No session 0. We're just gonna jump right in. Does that sound okay?
Sounds great.
Sure.
I'm just like looking at the game. I'm like, bro, they robbed you on that Kickstarter or whatever. That looks like crap. Like the production value, the dice. What the empty black box? Like, what the fuck
It's
is that, dude?
mysterious.
Huh?
It's mysterious. I like it.
It's
Just a black box.
You can see tape is holding like the corners together
I'm
to
like, what the heck?
definitely been shipped around a lot, dented on all sides.
you believe the story about the people disappearing and you want to play that game? I mean,
Well, you couldn't possibly. You don't believe it, right?
of course not. I think it's so silly, you know.
So why
I'm
not play
getting
it?
so much Ouija board vibes right now. Like,
I'm not scared to play it. Fine,
Then play it.
fine.
Hey Fleming, you gonna be okay with a pre-gen character?
Pre-gen? What the? Pre-gen? Like, you're gonna give me a character that's already made?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Less decisions. Thank you.
I don't-
Thank you.
I don't get to choose the point distribution or my stats or anything. Like, what if it's like gimped?
Oh no, it's like real life. How treacherous.
It's been so long since I've heard this nerd talk. My brain is like melting again. Let's.
I think you'll all like characters I've chosen for you.
Okay.
Did you optimize it for me?
Sure did. I know you. You know I do everything for my players.
You know, I don't like playing social characters, right? It's gotta have guns and high decks, and I gotta be able to kill shit.
I got the right class for you, buddy.
Okay, cool.
So, let's begin. Now, as I said, please bear with me. It came with this little thing for me to read, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. I hold up a D4. I turn to you, Lionel. This is your die. There's no other die like this in the whole game. This is special. This is yours. Use it well, Dictator. And I go ahead and hand you this die. I turn to Eloise and I hold up a D8. This is your die. There is no other die like this in the whole game. This is special. This is yours. Use it well, Emotion Knight.
Sounds cool.
Fleming. A D10. This is your die. There is no other die like this in the whole game. This is special. This is yours. Use it well, Neo. Frankie. A D12. This is your die. There's no other die like this in the whole game. This is special. This is yours. Use it well, GodBinder.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Lucky. This is your die. This is exactly the same as every other die in the game. There's nothing special about this die at all. Use it. Fool.
The fool?
Well, that's a little harsh.
Okay.
Gavin, I didn't think you were gonna dunk on us.
Love you too, Gavin.
And this one is mine. I would ask that everyone pick up your die. I'd like you to close your eyes. I would like you to imagine the words anywhere but here. Please lower your dice. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes. What you see before you, the table in front of you is exactly the same, but everything around it is different. The die you just put down on the table is not sitting on the table. You look around. Suddenly, the ground beneath you is not the teacher's lounge. You see dark, jagged stone, black and smooth. You appear to be on some plateau, maybe 30 by 30 feet. You feel a rush of wind come at you. You see your die is now actually floating in front of you. You look at me, and I'm just in shock.
Gavin, what the fuck?
Gavin.
Holy shit.
How did you do that?
Holy shit.
Are we
Okay.
tripping?
We're still
No.
at school, right?
Okay, hold on. Gavin starts to just peer through his book. Okay. And as he's doing this, you see, as you kind of take a look at everything around you, you appear to be on some large plateau. If you look out way off into the distance, you can see there is a horizon, but you make out that it's almost like you're on one big triangle. And you're on a plateau somewhere within this massive triangle. Above you is this dark black and purplish sky. There's no stars. There's no light source, but you all seem to be lit up. It's very much like if you were in a video game and you go into the dark place and it's lit up for some reason. Makes no sense. You see Gavin, he's kind of staring at his floating D20 in front of his face. He goes up and just kind of almost goes up to touch it and then hesitates. And then he grabs it. When he grabs it, a burst of fire just kind of unfurls over his right arm, burning away his white sleeves and replacing them with these sleeves like black feathers just kind of overtaking them. As it begins to roll over his body, it reveals what appears to be almost like a finely tailored black suit made primarily of black feathers. Single small metallic scales poke out in this red, shiny, almost like dragon-like scales as a tall set of dark wings unfurl from my back like a dragon's. A sleek metal staff appears and extends from my left hand with various geometric shapes that just begin to decorate all along the side of it. The outside begins to just to glow this bright teal energy, and 6 coin-like objects revolve around slowly as if weightless at the head of the staff. I hold my right arm out, and a small, almost robotic-looking pseudo-dragon just flies up, lands on my arm, comes out of nowhere, lands perched, and lets out a small metallic screech. I look stronger, taller, and color has returned to my face. My hair floats almost weightless. Look at you all, I'm like, no fucking way.
Is this some VR shit? Is this a VR room or something? Or what?
Fleming, I don't think this is VR. This feels good.
What was in the solo cups?
Yeah.
Immediately. Without even thinking about it,
Someone's
immediately
fucking
after after seeing this happen, Lucky grabs her dice.
Lucky, you grab your die and please describe what and how you turn into the fool.
Almost like a wave from the ocean comes over her, and as she emerges from this crest of a wave, she turns in, there's a bandana kind of hanging around her head and with the long pieces coming down, and she's kind of wearing leathers and pieces of fabric tied around and big boots and kind of has like she has like a pistol at her hip and like some knives around her thigh and like a white billowy kind of shirt as well, like a peasant. And she looks like, you know, the only thing that she really needs is like a tri-point hat to really complete the ensemble. But yeah, and she's like, didn't expect that, but I'm happy to see it.
Clarifying question. Do you have a tri-point hat?
No.
Do you want one?
Yeah.
It appears on your head. Just rushes over and it completes the look. You kind of like do your rock star pose.
Awesome. I just thought about that and it showed up. Just so you know.
Yeah. That is awesome. That is fucking awesome.
Try it.
This is crazy. Bro, I've got to open tomorrow at 7:30. Like, are we good?
What? Fleming,
Dude,
what is time? Grab the dice.
What is
Fleming,
time? Grab the dice. Is this just like a normal Wednesday for you? Like,
I have no idea what's going on, but it's fucking cool. So grab the fucking dice and let's go.
nothing's gonna happen. You guys, we're all just imagining this, and she grabs it to like prove her point, and then immediately, like,
Yeah.
I think hers is very magical girl transformation. She's like floated up, and like her outfit is like this like sparkle of light is like running down her arms, and it's transformed into like she is in this gleaming full suit of plate armor that is like the brightest, shiniest silver, not a single smudge on it, covered in this like delicate filigree with these like blue and pink flowers, and her hair just like flows back and longer into this big braid with like all these bows tied into them that match the different filigree. So, and she has this helmet on, and all you see is like the hair flowing from beneath it and like a little band where her eyes are as the visor's up, as she just kind of like sets back down with like a surprisingly delicate like into kind of like a hero's pose, and she has this like giant sword back behind her back, and she just like, yeah, okay, like something is happening, I'll admit that.
When all of us were looking in your direction, like our vision couldn't go anywhere else. It was like the background disappeared and it was just like
There's like little birds that came in and like tied the bows in her hair and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we all saw that. And it feels good. You feel this kind of like pulse of like positive energy coming from the giant sword on your back.
Okay. This doesn't suck.
Fleming, come on, man. It can't be worse than real life. I'll just reach out and grab mine.
Yeah. Explain what happens to you, Lionel.
So, like, this black smoke kind of comes up and around in a swirl, like sort of like cocooning around Lionel's form, and as it like starts to dissipate and sink and flow away onto the ground, what's left is a very less muscular version of Lionel. His hair is now very, very long, but shaved all up to the top, and then pushed down on one side. And along the side, like where it's shaved, there's just these like geometrical, like triangular patterns, sort of tattooed on the side of his head. He's wearing a large black hood that kind of covers over the top of his eyes with the shadow, wearing a denim vest, as it kind of just like pulls away, just completely dressed in black.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is good. This is really good. Come on, you
I'm
two.
still freaking out. I reach under the table to like for comfort to feel like the old bubble gum piece of artwork that I did under the table, and I'm like, it's still there. I'm like, wait, this table's real.
Table's the exact same.
I'm like, this is wild. I gotta get home.
Come on, Fleming. You don't want to be left behind.
Come on, man.
Fleming.
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 You
Fleming.
guys are all cooler than me, so I just reach out and I grab the D10 too. And then so it's like, it's not as cool as you guys. It's like black inky venom transformation. It comes up from under my legs, and I'm like, oh shit, and it's just like coming up, but it's like devouring me. I'm like, dude, this is not as cool as you guys. And it comes up, and it wraps all around my body. And from the legs, it starts to come up. And when it pulls up around the legs, you see like the sickest, like cyberpunk chrome and black and whatever high tops. And then it continues to go up, and you just see like bare legs. But the bare legs has like android kind of skin. And I've got like tattoos, but they're like LED lights. They're like running up my legs. And then it kind of continues to pull up, and you just see black tactical shorts with like all kinds of like straps and pockets and whatnot. And then it stops right there, and everything else around my body starts to pull back just a little bit and solidify. And all you see is one massive oversized like tech wear hoodie, and it's like hanging over my head, and you can't see my face, but all you see is like blue, like a really bright sky bluish glow for eyes. And then the hoodie hangs over my hands, so you can't see what my hands are like. It's just like giant oversized sleeves, and I'm like, do I look cool, you guys?
Fleming.
It all look cool, but
That's sick.
It just looks like a giant hoodie. It just looks like a giant hoodie. I don't know if this is cool
It
or
is.
not.
It's just a giant hoodie. You're still a nerd.
Fuck. Okay.
Fleming, as you're asking this question though, and those like your kind of eyes like come on, you do immediately get a heads up display. Like everything becomes clear. No matter which way you turn, your hood could be in front of your eyes. You have clear vision in every direction, and you can even see just like the base vital signs of all of us kind of standing
Oh my
around you.
god! I look at each of you guys. I'm like, I can see your stats, bro. I can
Are
see
they good?
your strength, dex. Oh my god, I see your stats. Holy shit!
All of us who've transformed, you can see us like glowing in this like bright orange and red color. But you look at Frankie, who's just kind of in this dull, kind of bluish purple.
Oh my god, it's like a video game. I've got a heads-up display. Like, let me see if I can do options.
You can change it to dark mode.
Game.
yeah, you have an option to scroll through. You can change like
Everybody's
your look a little bit.
Change the resolution, and we all get really short and like wide.
DK mode.
Change it.
Yeah. Like big head modes.
Yeah.
And then I go like, what else can I do? And then I'm like, did you guys hear that? Some male voice just answered.
What?
Yeah, you hear.
What else can I do?
You hear in your little heads up display.
And I'm like,
Hello,
oh shh.
Fleming. Are you ready? Have you selected all appropriate options?
I've got an. Is this an AI? But it sounds like Elon Musk. What the fuck? What? Like what the?
I can change my voice if you so please.
So it's just artificial, not the intelligence part. Got it.
Get dunked on.
Okay, Elon, what's going on here? Elon just says interesting.
Guys, he finally broke. We pushed him too far.
Nope. Where would you like me to? Do you need assistance with anything, Fleming? How can I help you?
You know, let's table that. Frankie, grab your shit, man. Grab your shit, girl. Grab your shit.
Well, I guess I'm not really feeling Frankie today, and I'll grab that dice. And yeah. Go ahead, Eric.
No. You grab your die, and you begin to feel this pulse of energy come from the die. How do you transform?
So, as you see Frankie, she's usually very short, kind of reserved, and as she grabs the die, she gains a little bit of height. She becomes a little bit more slender, but like you can see this like sinewy muscle, like very wiry strength, and she has a more of like an arched neck now, and just perfectly straight, like silky hair, where it used to be this big curly ponytail, and she is wrapped in this black and like dotted with these white stars. This is really tight, like linen bodice with these pauldrons, and she has just a really tall quarterstaff, and at the top you see it's kind of divided into 4 or 5 different sections at the top, and each one seems to have a different color on it at the top.
Interesting. Awesome. Frankie, yeah, you transform into this character, and you feel a presence. It's not here. You just feel it ready to be called upon at any moment. It's overwhelming. There's an unbelievable like power behind it, but it's at this moment at bay.
Huh. You'll see her just kind of uneasy, like,
As you
said
turn
all feel
to-
good?
Oh, and you all feel like there's nothing that has compared to like this transformation. It like you have a rush of energy. You're just like you've never felt stronger, more able to just do anything than in this moment.
Well,
As you
Gavin,
look
this is
at- It's pretty sick, right?
pretty
Okay, I didn't think this was gonna work. Okay, there's actually quite a bit of work that I need to get done. Okay, hold on. You see, as Gavin like looks at his staff, these coins that seem to be revolving slowly around the head. He takes one, he plucks it out, and just kind of pings it into the air. He immediately like two streams of light just like close in on him. He's gone. In that moment, you feel this shaking, like quaking. Off in the distance, you see this almost blank slate of stone just beginning to land, just begins to jut out from everywhere. You see mountains forming way off in the distance. You see forests rising from the ground. You see as this stone is just beginning to like come closer and closer and closer and closer until it eventually envelops you all into a big cave. And you find yourselves in a dark cave.
Gavin? Okay, what the fuck did he mean? He didn't think it would work.
I think he knows a lot more about this than he let on, but that's okay because that means somebody knows what's going on. So let's fucking go.
Gavin, why doesn't he start us in a tavern? What the fuck? We started in a dungeon. What the hell?
It's a cave.
Yeah, Fleming, you can see very clearly everything around you. All of you, the rest of you, you can barely see, It's just a little bit dark in here.
My character has dark vision. I'm just
Hey, Fleming, do you have a flashlight or something?
You turn
have
those
lots
things
of
up in your
lights.
face.
Do you have high beams?
High beams. Elon. Can I make some light?
Thank you for giving me such a gracious name. Light, you need. Unfortunately, I cannot power up my abilities without proper payment.
This is just like Elon. What the fuck? I don't pay my abilities.
It's $8 a
I
month.
gotta pay to
You
use
gotta subscribe to Neo Blue,
I
man.
gotta subscribe. to use- What the fuck kind of BS is this?
Neo.
Would you like me to identify the closest fair gold for you?
Fair gold? What's fair gold?
It seems to be approaching.
Wait.
As you ask, like, what is fair gold? From your vision, you see two kind of blips. They glow this gold color from off in the distance. You're in a cave. You can't see them currently, but they are approaching.
Hey guys, I've got
Fast.
like, I've got 2 bogeys coming in fast on my little in-game map.
Bogeys?
Two
Uh,
blips come in. You know, like in a shooter, you can see something, enemies or targets coming towards us pretty fast.
Do we know, like, is this a game? Doesn't matter. Let's go. Where are they going? Let's go towards them.
Eloise, seeing all of your friends transformed and working together as a team again, how are you feeling?
I think she's feeling probably more in her element than she has in a long time. Like, just this, like, being with people who are genuine friends and kind of like seeing everyone kind of come into their own and like be so personified as themselves. And also it helps that like she looks sick in armor, so she's kind of like, oh my god, like
Feeling yourself?
she's feeling pretty good. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And she kind of excitedly pulls the sword out and kind of holds it at the ready and kind of like puts a shoulder in front of the group too. Like she's like kind of protector mode a little bit. She's like,
Yeah, and as you pull out your massive sword, I would say you are emotionally engaged. So go ahead and move your emotions to 1. You are feeling this strongly as you view your friends. You trust them. You are here living with this fucking dope ass shit. Would you like to describe what your sword looks like?
ooh, yeah, as she pulls it out of its extremely decorative scabbard that is has these like 3D like metal shaped like flowers and vines going up and down it. That same pattern is continued or like inlaid into the blade, and it's a large like two-handed like broadsword that just like keeps going. Like she just pulls it out and it's like this giant sword that has all this like beautiful like binding and flowers inlaid into it. And I think on the hilt at the center of it is that kind of similar pyramid shape, and it's kind of
Nice.
like set into it. And like where she holds on to it is like the hilt is wrapped in this like pink leather that like dangles down and like is like blowing in an imaginary wind, like
Yes.
as she like holds it. Yeah.
Is this a thinner sword or like a Final Fantasy like stupid like giant sword?
I think it's
Twisted
like
sword.
I mean, not stupid, epic, fucking.
I pictured like a giant like bastard sword, but she's holding it like it's just like a broadsword, but it's just
Okay.
it just like is huge.
Yeah.
And has
And
like
it
the
feels-
broad hilt.
It feels weightless in your hands, and immediately as you've been feeling like your emotion, it erupts in this pinkish purple fire that just lights up the whole room here. You see now around you, there's still that table in the middle. The rest of you see there are kind of these smaller, like cavern-like areas, and then there is strangely in this cave, there is a wooden door where the entrance to the teacher's lounge was. That still seems to remain there. Fleming, you see these two kind of this gold markers approaching from two of these spots, these open parts in the cave.
Elon, are these friendly?
Not friendly, sir. I suggest taking defensive maneuvers.
Hey guys, they're not friendlies.
And as she hears this and like feeling this emotion, she's gonna take a stance of intimidating gaze. And I think that flame of her sword is like echoed in her eyes. And the description of this is it's like you could be a scary fucker. You radiate murderous contempt. If there's a question of who's the most murderous person in the room, the answer is you. And she's just like glowing with this like pink energy that is just like so, but she's just like menacing with it.
You're all reminded of the power that Eloise used to wield in high school, and it's fucking scary.
It's almost like when I beat her in the math competition.
Absolutely.
She looks that scary.
She said, like in her words, she was very congratulatory, but in her eyes, she wanted to kill you.
It's that same look. I back away a little bit, but also like behind Eloise.
I'm gonna jump up on the table and kind of crouch down and kind of like a little bit of a squat with my hand, like my elbows on my knees, and just kind of like chill behind Eloise.
Awesome. Lionel, what are you doing?
Realizing that I'm not as strong seeming as my other self, I'll kind of I want to be able to see up in front, but I will take like the other flank basically. So like if everyone's kind of bunched off, I want to be able to see off to the side, kind of use that like sporting mentality to kind of spread the line
clump together. Yep. How about you, Frankie?
I think Frankie's up near the front. She is just kind of standing stoically, waiting, trying to figure out what the power behind that like unknown force is. Kind of like feeling it out. Like I feel like I am powerful, but let's test this.
All you hear is like a mumble behind Eloise, like, "Fuck, why are you guys all so cool all the time?"
Lionel, you're probably the first to see what as you kind of take this defensive position. You look off in one of the corners. Fleming, you notice this too, as one of the gold specks in your heads-up display comes out of one of these caverns, and you see a humanoid type creature crawling on all fours. He looks like he has like, it's just, there's no skin, it's just like bone on the outside, and this like muscle sinew is holding it all together. And you can see these like tattered like varsity jackets covering like over their body. So one of these comes out from here, and then suddenly through the walls, four more just like appear in this room, and we're gonna go ahead and take a break.
Oh. Damn. Okay.
I was so.
We're gonna go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break, and then we'll be back, and we'll get started with some dice rolling.
Yeah.
So cool already.
All
Awesome. Cool. See you in a bit.
You guys-
All right. 5 creatures, humanoid type creatures, are now all approaching you. They've surrounded you from all sides. You've taken up defensive positions. They all have some sort of kind of letterman's jacket, tattered in some way, covering up their body. But that seems to be the only thing they're wearing. The rest of it is, like I said, this kind of almost skinless exoskeleton of bone, and you can see kind of held together by this muscular sinew. Lionel, I think I said that you were the first to kind of spot things coming through. Let's get started with you. What would you like to do as these things are kind of now upon you?
Ooh, yeah, so these horrifying things are like running at us and bursting through the walls.
No big deal. No big
Yeah.
deal.
And I think the varsity jackets kind of puts me in like jock versus jock mentality, although I'm not gonna like rush them.
Yeah.
But I will. So are they like animalistic? Do they have like human skulls? Like
Human skulls. They're very humanoid looking. They still have like their eyes. Their eyes look to be kind of like the only like last remnants of like that human part of them, but something has turned them into something worse.
is there one that's closer than the rest?
Yes. There's one
Okay.
closer to you. Yeah.
Uh,
He's just
kind
like
of-
climbed out of his little hole and standing up and is now rushing at you.
Yeah, so I'll kind of like puff my chest up and like point straight at it and just yell out, "You should be scared of us!" And I'm going to attack.
Yes. Are you using
Using the voice.
amazing?
The voice.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your d4, and along with your 4 dice for charisma. The d4 sets your intensity and any number of successes, which, as a reminder to all of you, successes are counted as 4 or higher.
Yeah, I got 1 success and it's a 2 for intensity.
It's a 2 for intensity. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the one that you point at immediately begins to just like cower, almost like if you were to shine a light on something that's like been living in the dark all its life. It's just like, yeah, like it covers its face, it looks away, and immediately begins to kind of turn and run back into its hole. Fleming, you notice though, this one has one of these like golden things glowing from it. What would you like to do, Fleming?
Hey, Elon, what is that golden thing on the creature?
That is fair gold, sir. I recommend collecting it, as most of my powers can be unlocked with fair gold.
Okay, and then as soon as I do that, I go to my heads up screen, I click on my character, I go to options, I go to inventory, and I start checking. I'm like,
Yep.
oh, I've got monofilament kukri. Oh, I've got tech pistols. And
As
then
you
I
scroll,
click on-
like they appear like on your side, like ready.
I click on tech pistols, and then I run over and I kick the table so that it's on its side for
That
cover.
I'm on.
You're on
Lucky
the
is
table?
currently standing on the table.
You're staying at the table. I don't do that because Lucky is scary, and I don't want to piss off Lucky. But like, I kind of like really quickly pull up my oversized hoodie, like throw it up in the air, and when it's kind of slow motion, when it lifts into the air, all you see is like my thin torso, but my torso is just like covered by machine gun belts. It's just looped around my body, like all the way through my body, up my arms.
Yeah.
And like, imagine like a drone going like circling around me. I reach behind and I've got like 2 tech pistols like in holsters on my back, and so I reach down, I pull them out, and as I reach out to like point both the pistols at the creature, those machine gun belts just like clip to the bottom of the guns. and I
Yep,
just
they
went
attach automatically. Awesome. Yeah, go ahead and make an attack. I would say I will grant you advantage on this, so you get to roll an extra die because it's cowering away in fear from Lionel's voice.
So I go to extra d6.
An extra d6, that's correct.
Ooh, okay. And so what do I look for?
4 or higher is a success.
I got 2 4s.
2 4s.
Yeah.
You only needed 2 4s. So yeah, as you, what is this shoot? Is it shooting bullets, or is it shooting like lasers? What does it look
No,
like?
it shoots actual like explosive bullets. So it's like duk, 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 duk.
And yeah, as you pull these out and fire them, you get him in the back a few times. He presses up against the wall, and just like you all watch as like these small explosions just like burst it apart up against the wall. Tattered sleeve or tattered varsity jacket just like explodes, and you see one of these pieces of fair gold like drop to the ground, kind of floating maybe a couple inches from the ground.
And I'm just like, I stop, and my the barrels are just smoking, and I'm like, woo, Gavin, thank you, you made me OP. Hopping down the way to grab that little piece of gold.
Awesome. So yeah, I'll say you're heading off in that direction. There's still 4 other ones coming in. Lucky on top of the table. What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm just watching all of this happen. The guns appearing for Fleming.
He looks stoked.
Sword, yeah, the sword flaming in Eloise's hand, and like Lionel literally just telling somebody to go away, and then they did. Like that was literally about to attack. And I think what I'll actually do is just, put my hand on my, like, just rest my head. Be like, you guys got this. I'll just wait for the next thing to happen.
All right. Yeah, you're chilling up there. Okay. No other actions you'd like to take?
Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
you're chilling. You look at your friends. It's been a long time since you've really felt like close to people, and like seeing your friends just be fucking cool is enough for you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on stage with like explosives all the time, so this is kind of like
This
cool
is
to like
normal.
let them do these things.
Yeah.
It feels like us at Gen Con.
All right. Eloise, your sword is a flame. There's one of these creatures close to you.
How many are close to me?
I would say maybe there's if we kind of orient ourselves around the table, which is a rectangular table. Fleming and Lionel are probably at the head of one table, and there's one left over there. I'd say there's 2 on your side, and then 1 on Frankie's side.
Who out of
4.
the people here is closest to me?
Probably Lucky, because she is on
I'm
the
like
table.
right behind you on the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
She'll just lean back and she'll be like, Lucky, tell me you like my hair.
What?
Just do it. Just tell me you like my hair.
What? Your bows are nice. I like your hair.
She's like, I think the flame just burns even brighter, and she steps forward to the 2 of them, and she's gonna just like swing and try to hit both of them. Does that give me a point on my emotion scale? So like,
Yeah, you were feeling this intensely. You never got a lot of compliments from Lucky to begin with, so like this one
really
whoa.
means something.
Yeah, so I'd say you've gone into intense emotion.
Okay, then I'm gonna go into a frenzy and attack both of the 2 that are in front of me, so I can apply the same roll to multiples.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Tell
Yeah,
me
you can go ahead and roll.
Tell me how to play this game. What dice do I hold in my hand right now? I'm so confused.
It's okay. I'll walk you through it. D6s, and you use since you chose special that you can use your dex modifier. So you have a dex of 3, so you have 3 dice that you can roll.
Okay.
You can go ahead and roll both of those dice. Successes are counted as 4 or higher.
I got a 6.
Yeah.
You got a 6. That means, okay. So you chose the elegant feature, right?
Yes. Oh,
So your special whenever you roll a special, you can recover 2 guard. You haven't taken any guard at this moment, but just so you know, if you were to take damage, you could recover some.
Cool. Love that.
You feel fucking strong though.
Oh yeah, my hair is great.
You rolled? Sorry. What was of the 3 dice? What did you get total?
I got a 6 and I got 2 2s.
2 2s. Okay. That means you deal 1 wound to each of these 2. You slice through both of them. You can see like, I'll say like one of them just gets an arm completely like sliced off, and the other one has this giant gash along its side, and it's still just kind of flaming with your from your sword.
I think
Go ahead.
I was just thinking, as she does it, it's like she's moving like at speed, but her hair and like the ribbons all billow in slow motion each time she does it. And she like ends in this like cool pose, like, you know, when they like do the sword and they're like kind of down and like with one leg out, whatever. She's totally like.
Yes. Because you used your venting ability.
Go down a level, right?
Yeah, correct.
So I'm at 1 still? Or am I at 0? I think I'm at 0.
You are at 0. Yeah, using your venting ability drops it to 0.
Okay, cool.
Dang.
Okay.
Learning.
Frankie.
Hi. So looking over and seeing Eloise do some crazy badass shit, I am like, I wonder what I can do. And I'm gonna look at that staff and like just pour my thought into it to try and get some help.
Okay.
I don't know how this works.
Yeah. And I know you would get this reference. So, you know, in an Adventure Time, when Finn is like thinking, and then like the Lich comes, and everything goes black around him.
Yeah. Oh.
That happens, and you feel this presence behind you. Everything is black. You don't see your friends. You see nothing. Like time has stopped for you, and this presence behind you, it kind of begins to just like. You feel these like vines kind of growing from behind you and like coming over your chest and then like into like over your head and like wrapping around you, and you hear a voice. This goes, "Hello, dear. You called? Who is the GodBinder that calls Vistra?"
This is Frankie. Hi, Vistra. It's me, Frankie.
Frankie, an interesting name. I have to say, I've never heard that one before.
It's it's the one I was given. You seem. I feel very intimidated by you for some reason.
Oh, Frankie, that means a lot to me.
Good. Very good. Great, even. So, I'm not sure, but I was trying to hurt these things that were trying to hurt me. Is there any way you could deal with them for me, or help in some way? I'd be happy to do something in return, if that's what it takes.
You know, I love meeting new GodBinders. How about I take this one with a favor?
Sure. What do you need? A statue cleaned, or like maybe a few Hail Vistras.
Those are quite tempting. Oh dear, Frankie. You know, it's interesting. Your plane seems to be still in development from your master. I know not what to ask of you yet, but I can take care of this little problem for you. But I will come for my favor.
Yeah, great. Would love that. You are far more amenable than these horrid creatures. So thank you. And also thank you for this warm vine embrace around my entire body. It's very cocoonish and comforting.
As you say that, you look down and you see that this embrace from these vines has turned into like one giant snake that just kind of like, it gives you a squeeze just enough to know that it could just crush you, but then kind of
Great.
kind of lets go and slithers off in front of you. Your vision kind of comes back to being your friends around you in this cave, and the 4 remaining creatures in front of you. You see as all of them, these vines begin to just like rise up from the ground and just pull them underground. All of them seem to be completely like they're gone. They're pulled underground, and all that's left is just kind of this rubble of like holes around. In the place of where Fleming, there was 2 of these fair golds. In the place of one of them, there's now 2 fair gold kind of just sitting on the ground of this cave here. But there's no more enemies left, and I would like you to mark off 1 god debt to Vistra.
Oh.
Wee.
Ruh-roh. That feels
This is
important.
scary.
I just sigh. I'm like, dude, clerics are always overpowered, man. And I pick up my gold pieces.
I'm not a cleric.
Yeah, you can go
I'm
ahead and add
GodBinder,
2.
apparently. That is way more badass than some cleric. Gross.
Fleming, yeah, go ahead and add 2 fair gold to your inventory. But yeah, right now there's no enemies around you currently. What would you all like to do?
Oh, I wanted to add one more thing. As I get that god debt, you see 1 green like dash mark that looks like a scar, like right here on her face.
Hey, Frankie, what's that?
What's what?
You got like a facial tattoo now.
Got like some schmutz just there.
Ew, no, I work in radio. I can't have that on my face. And she just looks at you like deadpan, like, is it like, what is it? What does it look like?
Here, and she'll stand in front of her, and you can fully see your reflection just in the shiny plate armor.
Yes.
Oh, weird. And as I look closer, it just says very thinly, like Vistra in a straight line.
Oh.
Oh,
Is this
that's my. I guess that's just a sign that I owe the gods a debt. This
What the what?
Did none of you hear the conversation I had? Vistra, giant snake.
No, there was no conversation.
You
No.
just kind of like
You
looked,
did
and then
it,
everything
then-
just.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's gods in the game, and I can talk to them sometimes. Not sure on what that relationship is, but I owe Vistra a debt for taking care of
There-
these things.
There's lore. I didn't read the guide.
Yes, just like Taylor Swift, there is lore. Okay.
Lucky, your superpower of looking cool is really cool. You look really cool.
Who are you talking to?
Well, and so I'll like stand up from my crouching position on the table and just kind of like, who took care of them? And I'll just jump down off the table. What's next?
Lucky, as you jump off the table. What you see is there is a door in the place where you entered this room when you were at the teacher's lounge. The same wooden door is there. The only two things here that are reminiscent of the world that you came from is the table in the middle and this wooden door.
Well, that's still here. And I'll walk over to the door, grab the handle, and open it.
Any of us gonna address the fact that this is all happening right now?
We're in a game.
I would love some answers. We're in a game, but like for how long? And like, if we die in the game, oh god, is this one of those like you die in the game, you die in real life, like kind of situations, or like?
Right.
I look at my heads-up display and I start looking at each of them, and I go, "Yep, there are no saves, and there are no extra characters, no extra lives. So this is a one-way shot."
Cool.
Yeah, but like maybe if you die, you just
Start back at
you just
respawn.
back and wait for everyone else.
Should we try it? She like holds her sword out like towards some like. Anyone want to walk into this? And see what happens.
Hard pass from me. But did you see what they were wearing? Those little meat creep people. Those little gross things. They were wearing like Letterman jackets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were our. Were they our colors? Were they our colors?
100%.
They were our colors. What?
You know, I thought one of them looks familiar. Billy always had that like lidless stare in his eyes, and I like saw him and I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad I didn't make out with you at that like social that one time. But, like, whatever.
Billy was gonna make out with you?
Yeah, I mean, like, it was like this unspoken thing that like
I thought
we
he was
just
all over Kelly. I didn't.
listen. I saw him first. Kelly was always like chomping at my like heels to just like go after like anybody. But you know what? That's fine. Like Kelly got with anybody, so it's like easy to be with Kelly. So it's like Billy could go with Kelly if Billy wanted to go with Kelly. He's dead now.
I haven't been around for a while. Are we saying he's like dead in real life or just in the game?
We
my
don't
God,
even
you
know
think
that was Billy.
I just wanted to clarify.
Billy's always just kind of been gaunt looking in the face.
I don't remember a Billy.
And he didn't have lips. So
Like pro lips.
Yeah.
making it would be really difficult, but he did always have that kind of like
That's exactly
never-
like Billy's smile. That's awesome.
I know, right?
And you never saw Billy at the reunion. You don't actually know what happened to Billy.
Oh my
So
god,
he
did we
wasn't
kill
there.
him in real life?
Was there anyone at the party that had Letterman jackets on?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it may or may not have been Billy. May or may not have been. He may or may not have been interested in you. Definitely was not. But I think that
Her glow just like
I
drops.
think it would have been in Frankie's book if there was a
Dark in here.
Yeah,
It's
she's
suddenly
like
got-
absorbing
it's dark in
light,
here.
like negative.
but
I would say it's dark in here, other than the door that Lucky opened. But beyond the door, there is a slight glow, but you can continue.
Are we going out this door? Because I opened it
yeah, I don't
and I'm
think we
still
have.
here.
Yeah, I'm with Lucky on this one. We don't have any other choice, so we may as well just keep moving forward.
I
Okay.
assume that it's not the school on the other side of the door.
What you see, Lucky, is actually neon lights that just kind of begin to shoot upward. There's nothing. It's no more than maybe like a 5x5 space, but it's a specific. It's a ladder that just goes up into darkness, and from the bottom of the ladder, it's these two neon lights that every so often just kind of shoot up, just like, and kind of light the way up, and then kind of start over, like a video game.
I think we're supposed to
the way to
climb
go.
up.
Yeah, the developers usually make it really obvious which way you're
Very
supposed to go, and that's telling us to go up for sure.
Yeah. Is the ladder like right in front?
Yeah, it's like a little, like a 5x5 room, and then against the wall is this ladder that goes up.
She'll jump up onto the ladder and go.
All right.
Wait for us.
Lucky begins climbing the ladder. Frankie, are you immediately behind?
Yeah.
What's the marching order?
I'll go behind Frankie.
All right.
Okay.
I'll go after Lionel.
I'll go
And
last.
follow it
I'll
up.
make sure that everyone's kind of getting a leg up and kind of like, yeah.
Good. I'm Marshall in the back. That's
Amazing.
And are very squishy in the front.
Yes.
like definitely done this before.
Lucky, you climb the ladder, and it goes on for a while. It's like annoyingly long. But eventually you get to a wooden trap door. At the top of it, you're like, God, like, what is the theme of this? Like, you see like the neon lights coming up, and then it's like a weird medieval type of like trap door. A little confusing. But from beneath it, you can hear some like liveliness. Like there's some people hanging out upstairs.
I'll holler down to Fleming. Hey, Fleming, do you see anything through the walls like you were talking about before?
See through the walls. I look up, and all I see is just Lionel's ass in my face, right?
That's what I was
I just
thinking.
see, yeah. I can't see shit.
All right, fuck it, and I'll push open the trap door and come out.
All right. Lucky, you push open the door. You kind of peek your head out, and you're surprised to see it looks like a tavern. You're in. It's a small corner of a tavern. This trapdoor seems to open up from. You go on and climb out. There's several clientele around. It's daytime, so it's not super busy, but there are various people like kind of moving around and having drinks and things.
Are there people watching us like emerge from the floor?
They don't seem to pay you any mind.
Then I will not engage.
Okay. Say the rest of you come out of this, from the trap door. I'd like everyone. This is going to be kind of like our perception check. So in die, there isn't specific things, but we can use wisdom to go ahead and do that. So go ahead and roll a perception check using your wisdom modifier. So roll the number of d6s to your wisdom score.
I come up and I see the tavern and I go, God damn it, Gavin.
100%. Lionel, you specifically hated being railroaded and started in a tavern. You always thought that Gavin's starts to these games were lazy, and you thought you could do better, but you never did. You never DM'd a game.
For shame.
There's just so many other places that we could start.
Yeah, like a pub, a bar,
A
A brewcade, maybe?
a brewcade. Ooh.
A distillery.
A winery.
Whoa. Too off course. It's crazy.
Rein it in.
Yeah, let's go. Fleming, what'd you get?
I've got 2 fails.
2 fails. All right, Lionel.
I am just in awe of just like the VR experience that I'm thinking. I'm like, this shit looks so real. Like,
Still
Yeah.
in awe of my ass.
is it like medieval or is it like
It's medieval for sure.
Medieval,
It's like
okay.
you stepped into a medieval tavern. Yep.
like this is? I walk into the bar and I go, give me a nail.
And without any hesitation, yeah, an ale just slides across the counter and into your hand. The DM forgets to ask for payment.
I look
Lionel.
across and see that. God damn it, Gavin.
I love resource-based games where
Where's
they
the
track this
immersion?
really well. I paid you.
Copper. It's
It's
fine.
supposed-
It doesn't matter.
I can't break gold pieces into 100 copper. I'm sorry. I don't
We
want
can
to
just
track it.
fucking roleplay it. It doesn't even. Do you need the numbers or pass fail?
Pass fail.
I got 1 pass, 1 fail.
Okay. Lucky.
1 pass, 1 fail.
Okay. Frankie.
I got 2 fails and then a 6.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
How
Ellie.
do you define a pass?
4 or higher.
Or higher.
Yeah, then I failed twice. Never mind.
Okay. Cool. Lucky. You notice this tavern has the layout, strangely enough, of the 7-Eleven you all used to go to. Like the counters in the same space where you order from. There's like the aisles are different. Like the aisles where aisles would be, there's just these long tables set up. Yeah, it's kind of uncanny. Lionel, you realize as you're kind of getting the feel of this, you actually realize that this is the same tavern that you all met in for Jaws of Bone. Same tavern.
God damn it, Gavin.
Reusing maps. He's reusing maps. That's lazy.
Yeah.
Just
100%.
Lazy
reskinned.
DMing.
No,
But
this
Lionel-
is Balls of Joan.
Balls, no. But Lionel, I'd like to ask you, what was the name of that tavern
The name of the tavern.
that we all met in for the Jaws of Bone?
The Sitting Duck.
Oh God.
Awesome. Yeah, and of course above the bar you see a logo of a duck with a top hat. Like it's just like a silhouette of it, but it's a duck with a top hat, sitting very properly in a throne. Why not?
That duck sit.
Cool. Frankie, looking around, you see someone at the bar, the person who slid over a drink over to Fleming. You recognize this person, but like you've never seen them before, and they look much older. Eloise, can you describe what the character you played as in the Jaws of Bone?
I think Eloise. Oh no. She was probably like an elven sorcerer, probably like very like elaborate, like midnight blue cloak with all these like celestial designs and stuff, and like crazy. It was that standard where like everyone's first character is an elf with white hair. That is her to a T, with like all these braids and like these piercings and like her like over exaggerated ears and stuff, and just like all these like trinkets and baubles and stuff, but like of a very dignified stature.
Okay. Frankie, you notice that this person behind the bar looks very similar to a companion of yours in the Jaws of Bone, but very old. Her hair's frizzed out. She's kind of like standing with more of like a hunched back. She looks grouchy and like, yeah. But she still wears like this cloak. You're the first one to notice this.
I'll go over to Eloise and just like, hey, Eloise, you remember that? This is gonna sound weird. Do you remember that elven sorceress that you played back in the day?
Yeah. Grace Ellen Windrunner, of course I do.
Grace Ellen Windrunner. Yeah. The name, I don't know how I forgot that name.
Incredible.
Follow-up question, is that her? And I'll point behind the bar.
Of course not. Look at how frizzy her hair is. Her white hair and her cloak and her hunched back.
All the details start to
Gavin!
Damn it, Gavin.
This is not canon!
She serves Fleming his what did you order? A beer, an ale? Yeah.
Yes.
Just pissed off, upset with life, and just kind of throws it to him.
Eloise storms over to the bar. Miss Windrunner?
Yeah.
Oh. What have you been up to lately? I've heard of your heroic and I've heard of your heroism and your beauty from wide and far. What happened?
What do you mean what happened? The group disbanded. She points over to a wall. You can see like there's kind of like trinkets and things that you remember from the campaign, like hung up on the wall, and like a sketched image of all of you, like your characters, like when they were young, just like up on the wall behind the bar. Same thing that happens every campaign, I suppose. But what about you? Sorry, Commander.
Oh. Commander? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, who else would I be talking to?
Her, after, Frankie said the thing about Billy not wanting to make out with her, all of the flowers had kind of wilted on her arm a little bit, but they perk back up now that, oh, I like that. That's cool. Okay. Maybe you're good. We should brush her hair, maybe, though. Like,
She kind of
you look great.
recoils.
Oh, okay. Great. Hey, Rook.
I come over with my ale.
I think we're like in our game. Look at all the trinkets. That's like the character art you did for us, Fleming, right?
Wow.
It absolutely is. Same one that he used to carry around, like on his 3-ring binder that he'd slip into the front that you'd always play with. Had all of you guys sketched out in your epic characters.
Is my character here? Is my Great Weapon Sentinel Coffee Sorkadin here?
You each look around and you don't see your characters in this tavern.
There's no way my character would have died. It was OP as fuck.
Yeah, apparently mine just, left behind a life of magic and heroism to serve ale in a bar. But I guess that's life. That's kind of what happens. You think that things are gonna go one way, and they just end up. Never leave the tavern, do you? Excuse me for a minute, and she's gonna walk away and just like scream into her hand for a second.
Yeah, what are the rest of you doing?
Clipping that. That's what I'm doing. I would say that I would like lean to the group as we see Eloise do that. Be like, she's talking about this character as if it was living in the real world, but I wonder what happened whenever it took on its like own life and decisions. Like, I have so many. I'm having like an existential thought crisis on this one, but I'm gonna leave it. But where is Gavin?
Hey, he's somewhere pulling all the strings, making all this happen.
But like a stage manager?
Did you not say he said he had shit to do and then disappeared?
Yeah, but like from where?
I don't know. He's the one who brought us into the game. He's running it.
How are you
Like
so
he always
chill
runs
about
the
this?
game. What?
How are you so chill about this?
Whatever happens, happens. We'll be fine in the end.
I love that you can think that way, because I cannot. Thank you for thinking that.
It'll be fine.
We might become frizzy-haired bartenders forever. Do you realize the stakes?
You do know that is not you. That is a character you created in a game when we were teenagers. You do know that's not you, right?
Intellectually, yes. Emotionally, no.
Yeah. Also, nothing wrong with frizzy hair. I chose this because it's different, and I hate straightening.
No,
She
yeah.
combs her big long straight hair.
Plus, your character, like all the decisions and things in the meantime, was just filled in by Gavin. So
Gavin's doing this.
Fucking Gavin!
Hey, so like, how do we win the game?
As you're all talking and discussing this, you feel another quaking, just shaking, and it rattles you to the bones. You see the ground in the tavern, like fissures just come split open. The ceiling splits open as well. Everyone seems to be acting normally in the bar, and it's just this constant quaking that eventually like vibrates you so much that like your eyes are just like, and then it stops, and you see it all kind of meld back together.
I think the game's glitching.
Like nothing ever happened. Yeah.
That was dramatic.
And by fucking Gavin, I meant, oh, brilliant! Fucking Gavin! Is he gonna kill us? I'm loving your game!
Two figures walk in through the front doors. They appear to be wearing plate armor. As they come into this tavern, they looked at like they're joking around. One of them is what is the D&D race that are lions?
Leonin?
Leonin.
Leonin?
Leonin. One of them is a Leonin, big, big head, but like stuffed into like this really proud armor, wearing a similar to the crest of Emerald Heights, but in a V. And then next to him is a smaller creature, also humanoid stature, like standing, amphibious type head with frills sticking out the side, dark black skin, and red frills, 3 on each side.
I know what this is. I learned a fact about it a few weeks ago.
But they come into it. They seem to be joking around. They walk into the bar. They see you, Eloise. And they're like, "Oh shit, she's here." Commander, we were just on our way to our post. So sorry.
Commander.
We're out of here. And they just dip out and leave.
Why does Eloise get to start at a higher rank than we do? Like, what? Commander?
Kevin obviously wanted some kind of like reality tie-in to the game. So
The rest of the people in this tavern appear to be mostly afraid of all of you. They look at you, Lionel. They will not make eye contact with you at all. Generally speaking, the people, you get the feeling, Lionel specifically, all of these people know who you are, but they are just like deathly afraid to approach you, except for Grace Ellen Windrunner, who gives no fucks.
So it's just specifically me?
No, not specifically you. It's just that you notice this probably
Okay.
more than others, based on your. Yeah.
Hey, you guys notice how everyone's kind of on their back foot around us?
No.
Yeah. It's weird because you all have at least a charisma of 2, so I don't know what's going on.
we have some kind of reputation and some kind of backstory that I was unaware of. Hold on a second. Hold on. And she's gonna go to the front door and call, soldiers, yoo-hoo, report back now.
They appear to have you could got the impression that they probably left in a hurry, seeing you, and like probably took off like running.
I wonder what they're guarding.
Why don't you ask your old self? She called you Commander.
Grace Ellen, the beautiful and formidable.
How can I help you?
Just like a fun little question. Do you know what I'm the commander of?
You're the commander of the Verdant Brigade. This is our town. I used to be the commander of this brigade, but it was a long time ago. Look, if you and your friends need food or something, let me know. Over there in the corner, there's a message board. Something appeared there. No one in the bar can read it. Maybe check that out. I don't know.
You guys, I got a quest line. Cool. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. There's a bulletin board.
in my options command on my heads up display, I click options, I click name change, and I type in Imperial Commander Fleming Nguyen. Enter.
It takes.
Do we see any like? Do we
No
have,
change.
like, okay.
No
Like,
change.
we don't have things.
It's like when you enter your game or your name in a video game and then like change it later on and then like everyone starts like speaking with the silly name that you put in, like it's equivalent to that.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
But it means a lot to you.
Yeah.
But-
Eloise will go over and see if she can read the message on the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Fleming, you would know this this corner of this 7-Eleven, the layout here. This is where you all used to like post quarters and like this was.
Oh,
like,
this is where the Street
arcade
Fighter
section.
machines were. Yeah, this is where you post up your quarters for the Street Fighter machine. So like to the right is where the chili and cheese is.
Right, where you just like steal chili and cheese like all day.
Yes.
But yeah, the message board is there, and there appears to be a message that's like mostly Eloise. You're the one who approached, right? It's mostly like you can see it. It's like smudged, and then as you approach, it just becomes clear, and it reads: To all players. To go home, all players must gather together and each say, "The game is over." To stay, all players must gather together and each say, "The game continues." Once a decision is made, it is final. Be aware, as a foreign entity, your presence here has destabilized reality. If a decision is not made, this world will end and all inside will perish. As long as a unanimous decision is made, the realm will continue. Those who are dead do not get a vote.
She'll take it back to the group and kind of like wordlessly pass it around. She's a little like shocked by this.
It doesn't say how long we have to make this decision.
Well, I mean, but it's easy. We can go home now.
Does Gavin
we
have to be
can't.
here?
Where's Gavin?
So probably not.
Yeah,
God
what
damn it,
is-
Gavin.
Dude, I gotta get back before opening tomorrow, or I'm in deep shit.
Well, maybe time passes differently in here. Maybe.
Oh my god, like we're aging back in the real world super fast.
Or we're not. Or we're not. It could be the opposite.
No, I mean, you know, whenever we played RPGs before, we role play like 10 minutes and it's been 3 hours.
It's true.
We didn't really keep track of age, so like, who cares, right?
Right. So do we... I mean, I kind of want to see what else this world has, and we're missing Gavin anyway. So, like... Should we ask around what needs doing? I feel like this is something we could all... Like... We could do this. We've done it before.
Hey, but I'm not gathering boar tusks.
Fine, you don't have to gather boar tusks.
It is kind of nice being called commander and stuff. There's like people who like will do what I say.
Well, you do have a big fuck-off sword.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm not sure that's really different from outside of the game.
I'm laughing as me and in character.
as you do say, like, and you have a big like fuck off sword, it lights a fire again. Eloise, yeah, you can move up one emotion level. Yeah.
I do have a big fuck off sword.
I'm gonna walk up to Grace Ellen Windrunner.
Proper names only. All 3 names always.
Uh, do I call you Grace or Windrunner or Grace Ellen Windrunner or?
Ellen is
Grace
one.
Ellen Runner. I have 3 names. Use them all properly.
Yeah. So, do you know where we can find Gavin? He's the this 7th one out of our group.
Who's Gavin?
Gavin with the big wings and a
I only count 5 of you.
6. Yeah, I can't do math. Hey, Elon, help me with math.
There are, in fact, 5 of you here. Gavin would make the 6th.
Yes. Okay.
You get that one for free.
Also, I see you have fair gold. If you need any assistance, please do not hesitate to pay.
You know what's great thing about you, Elon, is that I don't have to owe you any debts to ask you questions. Very good.
No debts,
So-
just prepayment.
So what do I do with this fair gold?
Damn.
As you ask what you do with this fair gold, even just like holding it, it feels like a rush. Like, you know it can do something, and on your character sheet you can like overcharge abilities and things. You can kind of do a lot of things, but you only need to ask, and we can see how that goes. You also you have a slot somewhere on your body that is coin size, like large coin size, and that is where you can. I will allow you to say what you want, but don't make me regret it.
Your butt crack.
Wait, this I've got a substance that I'm feeding for that overcharges me. My
That is-
slot. I actually I reach into my hood and I just slide the fair gold coin up my nose.
Okay, yeah. It just, yeah, it sucks up into your nose, and what are you asking your AI to do for you?
I mean, I Elon. So how do I power up, level up? I just consume the coin, right?
Fleming, I think this has never happened before. I think you may be confused as to how I work. Please state clearly what you wish for me to do.
I'd like to activate my power.
Which power? You have several.
Oh, I'd like to activate, and I click on my heads up display, and I'm like going through my my character sheet. My light field projector.
Light field projector activated. You, for the most part, disappear in front of your friends' faces. You're like predator status, like you're pretty much invisible, but like just barely. If you concentrate and know exactly where he's at, you can kind of make it out.
Ooh. Elon, how long do I have this for?
Until dawn.
Until dawn. Gavin, I'm OP. Yes.
The only one who's stoked about Gavin.
Oh, it's 5:45 a.m.
I've got permanent invisibility. This is sick. Till dawn.
You can
Till
flick
dawn.
it on and off as well at will. You're just kind of like, yeah, on, off, on, off.
Awesome. Cool. So Grace did not know where Gavin was or who Gavin is. Okay.
He probably goes by a different name. Maybe.
I mean, do any of you go by different names?
No, but I don't have dragon wings either. He had that. Do we recall his character from when he ran the game? Did what
His
he turned
GMP.
into did what he turned into, did that did I recall anything about that? Was it familiar in any way?
Not familiar in any like NPC sense, so much as similar to many, like most, like to you all, a personification of just like the power that he wished to wield within the game.
Got it. I don't know. But we have to decide. Once he comes back or is around again to continue, right?
You don't think he's the one who left the note for us?
Does it look like his writing?
It does not look like any writing that you've seen of Gavin's.
The note said each player, right?
Right.
To all players. Yep.
Okay, so would we assume that would be us, given that he would be the game master, and we
But
would
he
be
did
the
get-
players?
He got
Or-
sucked in as well.
Or do we infer that it's just all of the foreign entities, like it said?
You are uncertain. If that's what a thought you're saying, you're not saying that out loud.
No.
Okay, yeah. You are uncertain as to the meaning of players in this context.
I mean, whatever the case may be, we need to find Gavin just to make sure he's okay, right?
Yeah.
We've got like monsters here, and they actually, they seem dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, we could just all say together, the five of us, that we want to continue. And if it doesn't include him, then we get to continue. And if it does include him, then we'll just wait till he's around and do it then as well.
But we only get to make that decision once, right? And it's final.
Right, but I'm just saying, like,
And if he disagrees, then everything here dies, including us. Like the world ends. I don't.
All right, let's just find them.
is there any like on this message, like a timeline that we need to like make this decision?
As you're kind of thinking about that, again, these quakes begin. The entire tavern begins to shake. Nobody in the bar or like, nobody in the tavern seems to like. They almost seem to be stuck in time, and it only seems to be affecting all of you. Like you're able to like move, but you can see nothing else in this world is changing. These fissures just crack through, and this one, the ceiling splits open. You can see into the sky, and you can actually see that the sky has a giant fissure going through it as well, and you can just see like darkness behind it before it just like it's held back together. And
Okay,
pulled
yeah,
back.
the game is breaking.
We should hurry.
I think we should probably make a decision. I think that's what's happening. If we don't make a decision, then it's, I mean, whatever. We can do whatever.
Okay, how about we step out of the tavern? As a start?
First step, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm not
and-
hesitating, and I'll run to the door and open it and go out.
Okay.
I think
Lionel.
Lionel's just been kind of taken by everyone, the way they're reacting to us.
Mm-hmm.
I want to approach Grace Ellen Windrunner.
You've all done this like just individually. She's getting fucking fed up.
And I'll just kind of lean over and just say, everyone seems scared of us. Did we do something? Is there something I'm not aware of?
She kind of gives you like a up and down look. They just know what you're capable of. Your friend isn't here though. If you look,
Okay.
if you want to look for him, I suggest. She just points to the door.
Well, thank you. And I'll head towards the group leaving, I guess.
I'll call back to Grace Ellen Windrunner. Thank you for your help. Your hair looks great.
All right. And Lucky leading the group out the front door to explore whatever might be outside. We're going to go ahead and call the session there.
Yeah.
We'll see what is revealed in this town next time we pick up session 2 of Die.
That is so exciting.
I have so many questions.
So many questions.
Good.
This is so fun.
It really is.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
The tavern being laid out like the 7-Eleven.
It's
Well done.
it's so unknown. I feel like we're just kind of like padding very slowly.
Yeah. Yeah, charging at it like a bull.
Uh-huh. Lucky's got it.
That's Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah. 100%. Cool. Well, yeah, it's happy to have session 1 done. Excited to see where you all go. The secrets that will be unveiled, your characters. So good. Are we going to be rating somebody?
Yeah. What about Perception Studio? They're playing Dungeons and Dragons right now. They're not usually playing D&D when we're on, so
Yeah, we can do that.
it's D&D with puppets, guys.
They're great.
I love their channel.
Yep. And then we'll be back.
Friday?
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Finally, back for Fables of Galia, 6 p.m. PST on Friday, so we can pick up in a new town, Riverfell.
Ooh.
Yeah, so make sure that you stick around for the raid. Get your bonus 250 channel points that you can spend on Friday to get all of our players their flex points, and drop some raid emojis and things on Perception. Let them know where you came from. This has been awesome. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
Aw.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy to finally have this
Killed it.
going.
Yeah.
I know.
I love it.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else. Oh, I'm gonna be working on the YouTube stuff tomorrow.
Yay.
So I'm gonna be updating a lot of that stuff. I got through a ton of my work projects, so we're gonna be doing things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have the Hollow next Wednesday,
Yeah.
continuing.
Call of Cthulhu game next Wednesday, and then so the Wednesdays rotate between our 2 games, so it's gonna be so cool. I can't wait to get into session 2 of your game.
Yeah.
It'll be really fun, and also Call of
Sweet.
Cthulhu.
Yep. I don't have anything else. So thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the subs and everything else, the follows and all of that. Thank you so much. It feels great to be back. We will see you on Friday. Peace out, guys.